At the beginning there was almost nothing, a void. With time, more of the land has formed, more resources there were and more creatures appeared. But wait, where is the sand? Hearing is one of our most important senses, and for the past 9 months there was not a single sound in Miniland, and it's finally time to change it. But how am I going to do this? I have zero knowledge about this. Fortunately, with the help of Jonah's video, some experimentation and free sound websites, I've added more than 40 sounds to the game. I also added music, but that's even harder than sounds, so I commissioned a small team to make a music track for me on Fiverr. The track is 2 minutes long and it plays every day in the morning. It's nice, chill and fits the game. Have a short listen by yourself. Coming back to the sounds, there are many of them in fact, from various hits, animals, ambience, attacks, tools, clicks, pops, etc. For a couple days when walking around the house, I was constantly discovering the sounds which I did not pay attention to before, like metal cutlery or tall glasses making a jing sound when you hit them. But recording the sound with a microphone is not everything. After that you can also experiment with a pitch, tempo, EQ, volume, echo and all others. And yeah, now looking again, that there were more than 40 sounds to make, it took a bit of time. But it wasn't only the sounds that I added, of course. I actually started with rewriting mob scripts. And it also took a good couple hours, after which nothing almost have changed at the first glance, because the mobs were still moving as before, following objects, eating, dying, dropping items, etc. But the code I had written before was like spaghetti, a bad spaghetti. And in order to add some new features to the mobs, I needed to remake them first. I just looked at my report and it's not good. It's highly likely that you haven't wishlisted Miniland on Steam. How could that happen? Go fix that, the link is in the description. So with the mobs reworked, I added a new monster, a snowman. He spawns obviously in a desert where he has the perfect temperature to live. Or maybe a snow biome, I don't remember. He shoots ice cubes at us, not too often, but when you get hit, you'll definitely feel it, because it will slow you for a short time. But there is also another reason that makes him, well, annoying. It is the fact that the projectiles can break walls. So don't build houses near them or take care of good lighting outside your house. I also revisited a skeleton, and a small change is that now he drops bones. And yes, you may expect that you can make a bone meal from them. It works very similar to Minecraft, maybe excluding the fact that the trees grow in steps rather than appearing magically. In the previous devlog, I also added ostriches with the addition of savanna biome, and at the time they were eating acorns. Now, after eating a couple acorns, they don't actually make a baby, obviously, but they lay an egg that you can collect, and then you have a choice. You can place it somewhere in a cozy and warm place, like beside your bed, listen to its little movements, watch it learn and graduate, everything leading to a moment when an ostrich will hatch and you will have a new member of your family. Or you can cook it and eat it. You choose. Alright. I also reworked the UI slightly. Before you needed to scroll through multiple recipes to find the one you're looking for. At the beginning of the game it wasn't a big problem because there were a lot less items to craft, but recently it started being disturbing. So I decided that I'll show only the final item in the crafting window and you can check the requirements by hovering over it. Well, I think it looks nice, you can show your opinion in the comments. I have added a couple new items too, a sword, bucket and a lasso. I think the sword is self-explanatory. The buckets are needed to collect snow and then melt the snow to get water. And the lasso is, I think, one of the coolest new additions. With it, you can tie animals and kidnap them, basically. You can even tie multiple animals at the same time. But there is one thing to remember, you can't stretch the rope too much, because it will break and you'll need to tie an animal again. The more red it gets, the more stretch it is. I don't know exactly how I got this idea, but I've added, let's call it a mountain biome. I was curious how big rocks would look like on the surface, and it ended up as a new biome. It reminds me now about the first nights in Minecraft that probably many of us experienced, when we've been making quick bases on the sides of the mountains. At the very end, I played Miniland myself, and maybe it isn't trivial, but I almost haven't played my game at all before. Really. Most of the time I was just adding new features and testing it, but I actually didn't play my game for longer than around 5 minutes at once. So after I played my game for an hour long, I ended up with a list of crucial bug fixes, changes and improvements. Fortunately, many of them were easy to fix. And that's the end of this devlog too. Hoping you like it. Make sure to wishlist the game on Steam and also subscribe to the channel. As always, have a great time guys, see ya!